But I think the mistake a lot of people will fall into is we look at ourselves, and I think this goes back. I talk a lot about this idea of the monolithic self or the buffered self, and a lot of times that is our egoic persona that we're identifying as. It's not necessarily the psyche or the entirety of our conscious, unconscious, all of
That's
it.
right.
You are going to have a plurality of a gentle, conscious beings that run through our beings. We're
Right.
made up of all different types of neurons and different types of atoms and chemistry. That they all. I mean, if you look at Michael Levin's work, it shows like each cell has its own a gentle quality, its own goal, its own cognitive light cone that's making conscious decisions. So to think of it as, and the simplest way to understand this that I have found that people can just quickly grab onto is Dick Schwartz. It's IFS, it's parts work. It's looking at the imaginal and having these ideas of like, we're not just one thing, we're a multiplicity of parts, and all of those parts have a different level of conscious awareness towards the bigger picture. And so it separates itself. And we experience life that way. We experience life as this persona. And throughout this process, and I think this is where the alchemical traditions come in, you experience that separation coming into wholeness, coming into unity, coming into divinity. And it's an ongoing movement. It's not static. There's moments where you are going to have all sorts of different types of conscious awareness levels in which you'll experience fear, happiness, sad. And that's all part of the spectrum of being here. It's all part of the spectrum of being on this earth, being where we're at. But the goal and the opportunity, and Archie, you can commentate on this, is I would say that there is a transcendent vertical quality in which all of those parts can receive a loving awareness. It can receive harmony with that loving awareness. And so practically what that looks like, I think, speaking of Jung, so I think that's a lot of what shadow work is. It's a lot of bringing awareness to different parts of ourselves in this conscious matters. And I think where people like where we mess up or where we start to get a little bit confused is we try to achieve with our ego a certain level of enlightenment